Hi guys, I'm back. And today we're going to be working with the Arteza Premium Metallic Acrylic colors. They come in these little tubes, 22 milliliters, and there are 36 different colors in here. And we're also going to be working with the black canvases from Arteza. This is an 8x10, and as you can see on the back, it's stapled in the corners, and so that's going to keep the edges from sort of warping up when you pour paint over it. But we're not pouring paint today. We're going to do something hopefully kind of cool. So let me tell you about the paints real quick. Like I said, there's 36 of them. They're metallics. They're all metallics. And on the top of the box here, as you can see, we've got all the different colors, every color of the rainbow. And this is a really nice little box. It's got the light fastness on here of each and every color, the transparency, so you kind of know if it's going to be a little more on the opaque side or a little more on the transparent side. Now most of these are sort of in between, and then you've got some of them that are real more opaque, like the pearl, copper, gold, the bronze, the marmalade. The marmalade is this absolutely gorgeous color. So you open your box up and you can see there are all these layers of gorgeous colors, and they're all sitting there really nice and neat. They're all nestled together like baby birds. There's some more gorgeous colors. So keep a hold of your box and your little containers, because these little squeeze tubes are made of metal, so if you mush them, there's no unmushing them, and when you open the top up, the paint's going to squeeze out and you're going to waste it. So keep a hold of this. The colors we're going to work with today are the pearl white, the pearl glacier blue, the pearl turquoise, pearl lime green, and then the pearl electric blue. So we're going to get these colors out of the way. Now the canvases, the black canvases, they come in a pack of 12. So you've got lots to play with, lots to experiment with in just one package. Now, it's a matte finish, but I have been experimenting with these a little bit. So let me show you what I tried first. This is that marmalade color, and as you can see, it's this really super rich orangey copper color, and it's just gorgeous. And you can see how lovely the sheen is on these metallics. They're so pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, so what I did here was I laid down some tape in the shape of mountains, obviously, and just covered the rest of it with tape. And then I took my paintbrush so that I could seal the tape to the canvas so that my paint wouldn't flow under the tape. I took some of the paint, and after the tape was down, I just sort of painted across here, across the line, and it gives you this nice seal between where you're going to paint and where you don't want to paint. So it's a neat little trick. Works really, really well, especially when your tape doesn't want to stick to your canvas real well. So then I did a ring pour on here, and I think I used maybe 5 or 6 different colors, and then while the paint was still wet, I peeled the tape off. You have to do it really carefully because there's a lot of paint on your tape, so you don't want your paint going right back this way. And then I took a paintbrush and just painted some real quick trees, just to sort of give you an idea of you know, what it looks like when you paint and what it looks like when you pour over it. So then I tried what we're going to try today, which is a chain pull. Now, it is a little different with the metallics and the way I'm doing this. You don't get the real sharp lines, and this is real soft and almost kind of fuzzy, but I kind of like it that way. It's not real sharp. It just gives it a different look than the regular paints. And the way I did this was I took some glossy varnish, and I've got the label covered over because, you know, that's not important. What's important is that I took some glossy varnish, covered the canvas so that the canvas would be wet, because normally with a chain pull, you want your canvas to be wet, and it'll pull, you know, the colors through. But I wanted to be able to still see the black background. The whole point of a black canvas is that you have negative black space, instead of having to take a white canvas and pouring black paint all over it. So these are really cool canvases. I really like them. They're nice quality. And when they dry, you have a nice thump to them. They dry really nice and flat, and just pretty nice. So the link will be below to these canvases and also the metallic paints. So use my links, and it's kind of a way for you guys to donate to my channel, because when you use my links, I get a little teeny tiny bit of cash from Arteza. So we're going to try this, but we're going to try it in blues today, as I told you. And it didn't occur to me until after I had already mixed up my paints and was playing around with them that maybe I should have mixed them with the glossy varnish instead of floetrol, because the floetrol gives it this sort of creamy look to it. But it goes away, of course, after it dries. The floetrol dries completely clear. But you probably could get a better idea of what it's going to look like dry if I had used the varnish to mix it up instead. Although the varnish is creamy white too, so maybe not. Well, let's get started. So I'm going to turn my canvas this way, because we're going to go from one corner to the other. And I'm going to try and do it where I'm dragging it off the edges. I haven't ever dragged a chain pull off the edges before, so we're going to see. So like I said, I've got some glossy varnish here, and I'm just going to pour it on the painting, on the canvas there. Now, this stuff dries really fast, so you may need to just do part of your canvas and then come back later when you're halfway through and do the rest of it. Give it another coat towards the bottom, because you don't want a real thick coat of the varnish. It will make your paint spread even more. So not real thick on the varnish. As you can see, it goes a long way. So I'm going to get my edges, because I'm dragging those things off the edges, dragging the chain off the edges, so I want the edges to be wet as well. Now, like I said, it's not real important how well you varnish. You just don't want it to be gloppy. You want a really nice thin layer of varnish. Now, we've got our coating, so we're going to run the brush really lightly across the top, just to get rid of a lot of the brush strokes. And the varnish does settle a little bit, so once it starts drying, you're not going to see those brush strokes real well. And make sure, if you're just setting your brush aside, that you are setting it in some water, because if you don't, the varnish dries, like I said, dries pretty quick, and it will completely ruin your brush. Because once varnish dries, most varnishes are not water soluble once they dry. Alright, so I've got my gloves on. We've gone through the colors. I've got my chain here. I think we'll probably start with the this pretty ice blue up in the corner. I think, no, you know what, let's do a darker color in the corner. Let's go for some turquoise. Turquoise is my favorite. So I got my chain here. If anybody's wondering, I know I'll get questions. The chain came from just a hardware store. It's a 3-foot chain. It's just a piece of ball chain, and I just cut it down to a manageable length. So I'm going to pinch my chain pretty snugly to get the excess paint off of it. And then we're going to start and you want to drag towards the middle, and you want to make sure that your chain is keeping in contact with the canvas the entire time. Now, like I said, you're not going to get those really pretty lines that you get with most chain pulls. I think it's partly because you're setting it in varnish. So I've got a cup of warm water over here. I'm just setting my chain down in it and letting it soak for just a second. And then I'm just going to dip it up and down, and it washes the paint off really quite easily. I don't know if the paint comes off easily because it's the metallic paint or just because it comes off easily. So then I've got a wet washcloth, and I'm going to dry my chain off. Just sort of run the chain through the washcloth. Now, this looks really milky right now, and it's not shimmery and shiny like mica and metallics, but trust me, once it dries, it will. It'll dry just like the purple one did. So let's go with, we'll go with the ice blue next. Let's move that turquoise out of the way. I've dumped these little cups of paint over twice now, but luckily my surface on the table is nice and clean. And I was able to just take a palette knife and scrape it up and put it back in the cup. Okay. Let's see. You kind of want to overlap any areas that you don't really care for. Well, that was kind of a weird shape there, but that's okay. Okay. Like I said, you're not getting the definition, those pretty lines that you get when you do a regular chain pull, but that's because we're not dragging it through paint. We're just dragging it through some clear varnish, and the clear varnish is probably already starting to dry, so we need to kind of do this quickly. Tap that down into your paint real well. Okay, move your paint over so you don't dump it over like I keep doing. That's definitely going to be a weird shape. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Now let's do some blue. Just tap it down in there. Make sure all of your chain is covered in paint. This time I think we're going to go way off the other side. We're just dragging it up here because I didn't like that little area up there. There we go. Very abstract. I wasn't real thrilled about it to begin with, but I'm kind of liking it now. And once it's dry, I'll show you guys at the end of this video, because I want you guys to see it you know, in the same video so that you guys can see how different it looks wet than when it's dry. Especially because we did it with the, we'll do 2 more, I think. Maybe 1 more little turquoise. And then maybe the last one we'll do green, maybe. I really like that green. It is just so pretty. I really want to test these out in resin now. So there may be a resin video coming up soon. I haven't done anything in resin in a while, so. Okay, so let's see, where do we want to go with this one? Not too far. So you want to leave a little bit of room to do one more little color on there. Okay. You should see the water. I'd show it to you, but I don't think with all these bright lights and with the way my phone is not real good at filming things, I don't think you'd be able to tell. But the water, when I dump the chain in there, it stirs up the, I guess it's mica powders that's creating the metallics. It's just so pretty. It's just these swirls of gorgeous, glittery, shimmery, pretty. Okay, so we're going to do green for the last one. And again, we're going to try and drape it off the sides in hopes that it will be sort of, okay, so let's see. Okay. There we go. Not too bad. Okay, so here is the dried painting. It dried really beautiful. Very smooth, very shimmery, and shiny, and just gorgeous. And let's see if we can look at the detail in that right there. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, look where all the colors sort of blended down into it. And I realized that when I was doing this over the other paint that was wet, it made a much prettier chain pull. So, something to think about in future paintings. Try and figure out how to get that beautiful definition without painting the background. So that's one. That was the one we did earlier. And this is one that I had done as an experimentation in preparation for this. This kind of got messed up in the corner here. So I did a chain pull where I pulled the chain off this direction. And it doesn't look great. I'm not real happy with that corner. I may cut this painting up and just use like some pieces of it, because we've got some really gorgeous definition, especially right in there. Let's see if we can get you close so you can kind of see it. I'm not sure how well you guys can see that, but it's so pretty in through here. And look at the way the chain pull. It's like feathery. It is so pretty right through there. But look at the texture of the canvas. I love seeing the texture of the canvas through my paintings. I don't know. I think it's kind of important to see the canvas texture, makes it look to me more like a real painting. But anyway, this one's not too bad. I'm kind of happy with it. But yeah, I'm pretty super happy with that one. So yeah, so take a look at Arteza's YouTube channel and their website. I've got the link below to both of them. And use the links below to order some of these Arteza Metallics and the black canvases that we use today, because they are just, they're so gorgeous. The metallics are so beautiful. And I'll also list below the links to the Arteza Premium Acrylics and the 8" by 8" canvases that we used previously, and also the link to the pouring acrylic colors if you guys want to try those out. And I suggest, if you don't like mixing paint, give the pouring paints a try. They're the best ones that I have found so far. So, and I've tried quite a few of them, mostly off camera because I don't really care for much of them. So give those a try. They're really, it takes like an hour to 2 hours off of your, your whole prep time. So, if you don't like the prep and you don't enjoy mixing paint, then yeah, go try those out as well. And definitely use my promo code for 10% off. It's 10% off your order until February 14th. So hurry up and get those orders in. Get you some of these gorgeous colors. You just can't go wrong with these metallics. They're just so beautiful. I can't hardly stand it. I'm already thinking about what else I can do with them. So give them a try. And I hope wherever you are on the planet, you're having a lovely, lovely day. And check out my website. The link is below for that. Like I said previously, I'm cutting up all my old paintings. They're not selling, mostly because I can't get them out there. I do have a website, but it's not visited very often per se. But yeah, I'm cutting up all my old paintings and turning them into pendants, which actually turn into really cool pendants. So I'm not upset about it. But if you see a painting on there that you would like to have, I'll definitely give you a good discount on it before I cut it up. But do that soon, because I've already started cutting up paintings. If you'd like to donate to my channel, my PayPal link is below as always. And I appreciate each and every one of your donations and, using my affiliate links for the Arteza products. I really appreciate that. I've already seen some of you guys, I've already seen some of y'all's love through ordering the Arteza products. So thank you so much for that, guys. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope that you guys are having as much fun with these products as I am. I really, really, really like these products. So, yeah, I guess that's about it. So I hope everyone has a lovely day. See you later. Bye.